What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher here
Boom, we're here, man.
with Pound. This is the Pounded / Marvel Media podcast, where we have an interesting podcast for you today. We covered a very interesting movie that neither of us had ever seen before.
Never.
It's going to be probably a somewhat shorter podcast than normal, but hey. So, here's the intro for the podcast. We always have an intro question. If there was one Marvel movie you could make a change to, what would it be? I can tell you what mine is.
Yeah, go ahead, cause
Mine is Spider-Man 3.
okay.
I would not have... I would have honestly not made Peter act the way he acted in most of the movie. Because when you have the Venom symbiote, you're supposed to be a douche,
Right.
but not comically.
Yeah, not all like dancing and yeah.
Right. And I feel like that's what ruined that movie and kind of what ruined the chances of there being a fourth or more.
Right.
Was because that movie did so poorly. And don't get me wrong, there are tons of things wrong with that movie. Because I would also love to change who played Venom. Because I don't think Topher Grace was a good Brock.
Right.
I just think he was too skinny. He would have made an excellent Cletus Cassidy for Carnage.
Yeah, because he was crazy as Venom. Like, now you need to swap out and make him play the Red Venom. Right. Exactly.
But no, I didn't. Over and above all, I would not have made Peter as hokey. Asshole. Yeah, the dancing scene would not have been there. It would have.
And he's like, been, "What's up?" He's like,
that would have been
at the girl. Yeah, and he became a Chad overnight.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear. Well.
So what's the one change you would make in any Marvel movie?
Probably Daredevil.
And what would you do to change it?
Get rid of Ben Affleck.
Get rid of Ben Affleck.
Just get rid of him.
You know what's funny?
And I think when he was there, it was cool. But as Murphy Murdoch, I was like, yeah, I can't take it seriously.
I couldn't take any of that movie seriously. Just like
Elektra,
I can't take the Elektra movie seriously. Yeah. But I still think he didn't like that movie. Is what I was going into Batman vs Superman thinking we were going to get out of Ben Affleck, but I actually ended up really liking his Batman and Bruce Wayne.
And that's sad. I like his Batman, yeah.
But yeah, Daredevil was just absolutely terrible.
It's like, yeah, delete the whole movie. Try to get.
As a matter of fact, if we're going to change movies, can we just completely get rid of Ghost Rider?
You go cat coming after you for that. Just like, nah. What'd you say about my movie?
So I'm going to go ahead and let you start it off.
Okay, cool.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, we are now jumping into the news.
Yeah, we're in it, man.
So with that being said, let's go ahead and do that.
All right. Well, starting off, Marvel wants at least 3 seasons from Loki while saying that WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier were one-and-done seasons. Which you and Falcon and Winter Soldier is one-and-done season, but still, though.
Which you and I actually had a conversation about at work,
right? And
just in general,
right?
Because you were wondering if I felt that they were going to do another Falcon and Winter Soldier. Obviously, they won't.
Because, it's Captain
He's
America.
Captain America. So. At most, we might get a Captain America and Winter Soldier. Which would be fine. I still don't think we're going to get that, though, because they're going to continue that story in Captain America 4.
Right.
And I said from the beginning, Loki, I feel, out of all the seasons, even before we read this news, Loki was the one more likely to get multiple seasons, in my opinion, because of all the shows, it's the one I feel is going to have the least amount of overall impact on the MCU.
Right.
I feel like it's going to be a lot of background stuff going on, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're not going to have any impact, but I mean, you look at Falcon and Winter Soldier, all of a sudden Captain America is now... It's Sam. Sam is Captain America.
This is like people saying like, so we don't want to hear about like bringing Cap back. No, because this is Cap.
And you look at WandaVision. You really couldn't do another WandaVision show without something weird happening. I mean, it's weird. Don't get me wrong already, but I just mean in general, like, because that whole thing was meant to be based off of TV shows.
Well, TV shows also, yeah.
In terms of its structure, and you can't really do that again with a good explanation, in my opinion. So Loki has always made sense to me.
And this is the Loki that before Thor: Dark World too. So this is like a Loki altogether.
And honestly, once we progress, I could see multiple seasons of like She-Hulk or Moon Knight or things like that.
Yeah.
But just in terms of, I feel like these movies are really just setting up Phase 4 of the MCU.
Even Miss Marvel, I can see another season of Miss Marvel because that's like a whole high school, like Spider-Man, like a whole high school type thing. Even Secret Wars of Age, I can kind of see that being its own little.
And that we'll have to see. It depends on if they end the story of the Secret Wars or not.
Yeah, but yeah, so.
So next up on the news, Marvel released a poster of Anthony Mackie as Captain America.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it was super dope. They've actually replaced him in their Twitter stuff and all their other things. You no longer see Chris Evans.
Yeah.
It is now Anthony Mackie. And I think it's what they needed to do.
Right.
If you're going to actually go full forced with Anthony Mackie being, or Sam Wilson being Captain America, embrace it. Run with it.
Like, that's literally our Cap. That's Cap. Like, that's what I say. Yeah, we can do a Captain America 4 with a whole new Cap altogether. Like, yeah. So, embrace it, man. It is rumored that NetherRealm is working on a Marvel fighting game and Injustice 3. First of all, I like Injustice, and I think I remember telling you about that today. Well, I knew you probably knew about it too, but it's like, I would like to see that. I honestly like to see what they would do with NetherRealm Studios on that.
So, for the longest, I've wanted NetherRealm to do a Marvel game, especially after playing the first Injustice. Let alone Injustice 2 was fantastic.
Solid.
So to hear they might be making both of them excites me. And here's what I'm thinking: what if this opens the door to a possibility of Marvel versus DC in a video game?
I like that. I would like that, actually.
And honestly, the only reason this was mentioned, I know we typically talk about movies and TV shows, but this had me so excited after reading it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm adding this to our news, whether people like it or not.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because I like to see this.
This is not the only video game information, by the way, that we are sharing today. This is just a small portion. But yeah, I'm super excited. Hopefully that rumors are true.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see what they are doing with... I'm tired of it vibrating. I would love to see what they're doing with all of it.
Yeah,
I think it would be. They have a good system. They have a good formula.
But what would I hate to go off, from Marvel DC. What would the story of Injustice 3 look like? I would like to know that, because
they'll find a way to keep carrying it on. We all thought Injustice 1 was pretty much it, and then they did a little comics. Then they did a little comic series, and they put up two.
And I was like, I guess you could continue the continuation, but
there's always ways to continue.
Because with Marvel, you continue that for
let's be fair. We thought Doc Ock was dead.
They fucking ruined that shit. You ruined it. You soiled it.
All right. It is rumored. A lot of rumors today, guys.
Yeah.
It is rumored that the Infinity Stones will eventually make their way back into the MCU. This was almost the only negative thing I had.
I don't like that.
Well, here's the thing. The Infinity Stones have always been around in Marvel.
Right.
Every now and again they come back. Somebody goes for them. They have to stop them. I could see them going this route. I just hope this is not the route they're going to go with every ending arc. Like, it was cool with Thanos. That is a big thing with Thanos. But if they're going to go with Kang or whatever, Kang the Conqueror, I think is his name. Yep. If they go with Kang the Conqueror, I don't want it to turn into, I'm going to go for the Infinity Stones. Now you have to fight me with the Infinity Stones. And I don't want to see this.
It's just like Hydra. Like, hey, it was cool, solid, but please.
If you're gonna bring them back, wait 20 years.
At least, wait till we are gone from this planet. At least wait 20 years.
I'm not planning on being gone in 20 years. Calm your tits.
He said, don't do that, Ralph. Don't lose your mind.
I am only 30 years old. That would put me in my 50s. 80 is about my breaking point. I'm cool with that. Just slow down.
You've been around for 80 years. I've seen everything. Be old man Captain America. I've seen everything.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Tanaka Hodge, writer of the show Snowpiercer on TNT, has been confirmed to be the writer for the Ironheart, a.k.a. Iron Man 4.
No, it's its own TV show.
Oh, that's right.
It's getting a Disney Plus show.
And it's going to be run for 6 episodes.
6 episodes and an hour apiece. Which we also learned today, or a couple days ago. What was the other show that they said was going to be 10 episodes at a half an hour apiece?
Crap. What was it?
It wasn't What If.
No.
I think it was She-Hulk.
It was She-Hulk.
I think She-Hulk, they said, is going to run for 10, 30 minutes.
Because both of them are filming back-to-back right now.
9 or 10 30-minute episodes.
This is crazy. We got so many episodes.
If that's the case, I think we're going to start seeing that pattern. Either you're going to get 9 30-minute episodes or 6 1-hour-long episodes.
Okay.
Which the 6 1-hour-long episodes technically is a longer season because that's 6 hours as opposed to the 2, 3, 4.5 hours.
Right. For the 10 episodes, which I am still anticipating for both of these movies, or both of these shows, actually. So both of these shows are going to be good.
All right. Here's the other video game news.
That's for you, my friend.
On the mobile game Future Fight, which again is it's a fun mobile game. It was a game I played for a very long time. I played it for almost 2 years straight.
Man, you put hours in that bad boy.
I was playing for at least 4 to 5 hours a day. Obviously I would miss days. I wasn't perfect.
No.
But 2 years, I probably sunk close to $600 into that game.
Yeah,
it has an expansive roster set. This is not an ad, by the way. I'm just saying it was a fun game.
No,
if it's something you want to, if you want to play it, definitely play it.
I played a little bit of it, but yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
But in the game, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters and the Defenders characters had a change to their design in terms of they used to say just Defenders, Luke Cage, Netflix, or something like that. But everything has been changed to Marvel Studios. So now it says Marvel Studios Phil Coulson.
Right.
Marvel Studio. Well, it says Marvel Studios Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel Studios Daredevil, Marvel Studios Iron Fist, Marvel. So I was curious on what this might mean for them being included as canon in the MCU.
Well, 'cause remember, like, with the chick who played Phil Simmons, like, she's now in, like, said Spider-Man, and then now, like, we even talked about that the last news thing. All Netflix people, which now it seems like Iron Fist and Luke Cage, I guess, are coming back. Because at first we didn't know they were. Now it seems like they are. They seem like they got all the properties that they're trying to put in the MCU,
right?
Along with Punisher. So it's like they're trying to, like I said, erase that Netflix, which is kind of sad though, because that really was. The first season was canon at first. I thought that was canon.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But the first season of Daredevil was canon, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, but it's like, now it's like, like you said, we're just brushing that over to the side, so now we don't have to worry about it no more. But
I'm excited to see what happens. And again, even if they don't make them canon, we know we're getting several of the characters back, so they can continue their stories or start new stories anyway.
Whereas I'm saying these are, I don't know, these are MCU. They're gonna be their own MCU counterpart. They're not gonna be like Netflix. So they're not.
No, it's the same characters, dude.
Okay.
They're just never gonna reference their Netflix past ever.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool.
It's not like a brand new Daredevil. They don't exist side by side.
It's like we got Daredevil from Netflix. It's like how they did the DC television series.
No, please, just stop.
Then we got Grant Gustin Flash, and then we got this guy. Like, what the?
Go ahead and read the next one.
And speaking of Daredevil, we have Charlie Cox has been confirmed to be in the She-Hulk Disney Plus. So that is interesting.
Now, what's funny is I actually read conflicting reports on this earlier today.
Oh wow.
It's rumored. It's at the point where it's still just rumored.
Okay.
He has not come out and say anything. Now, he did say on Twitter he hinted at being involved in the MCU.
Which I kind of,
but he didn't concrete.
I mean, he don't want to tell you, like,
well,
hey, guess what, guys?
The problem is, too, you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay? When you're working for Disney
Doc
and
Ock.
Marvel, Mr. Doc Ock,
Mr. Doc Ock,
you're supposed to keep your fucking mouth shut.
You're supposed to say some shit. Doc Ock, like, yeah, supposed to say, hey, guess what? I'm not dead. Whoa, fam. Last time I saw you was at the Bay, bro. Like, you're in the harbor of New York City. Like, you're falling, bro. Like, now you're like, oh, I'm alive. That was a ruse. So now that kind of just ruined Spider-Man 2 for me. So that's great. Thank you so much. But, it is what it is, though. But, yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
My turn.
Yeah.
You read that one.
I did.
Slow down. Willem Dafoe has been confirmed to reprise his role as Norman Osborn in Spider-Man No Way Home and is considered the main villain. And I actually brought up a question. Are they prepping to do a Sinister Six storyline?
Because at first they were trying to do it, well, before the whole Sony deal thing.
So hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Okay? So we now have Green Goblin confirmed to be in No Way Home. We have been confirmed that Electro is going to be in No Way Home. We have been confirmed, if I remember correctly, reading somewhere, Rhino from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 at the end of
Rhino.
it. He's supposed to be in No Way Home.
So Paul Giamatti might come back. Okay.
There was another villain that was confirmed to be in it as well. I don't remember which one it was.
Because it's about 4 or 5 in a minute.
Doc Ock. Well, so there were 4.
4, okay.
I just don't remember. I think I said 4 there. Electro.
Did you say Crave? Well, no.
Electro, Goblin.
Electro, Goblin.
Doc Ock. And there was somebody, and Rhino. That was the 4.
4.
Okay.
All you need is 2 more.
All you need is 2 more. Now,
that's it.
I have also heard rumors that they are thinking about bringing, and these ones are definitely rumors. The rumors they were thinking about bringing Kraven in for it.
Yeah, Kraven. Right.
And even if they don't go with Kraven, I mean, they could pull Scorpion out of the jail.
Yeah,
Scorpion or Vulture.
Or Vulture. Yeah, them two could actually still come out of jail. Because I said, bro, I would like to see Vulture come back, do what he does.
So I'm just saying, are they setting up for the Sinister Six? Like, is that what the kind of story we're
going to
like an
alone. You'll have
and think of it, dude.
now.
It'll be an interdimensional Sinister Six. Right. It won't even be.
Yeah, damn.
It's gonna be crazy.
That's what I said. I was like, there's too many people. But then you broke it down like not really.
Also, what are the chances we're getting 3 Spider-Men in Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, a lot. Like a bigger chance. Let's go. But yeah, it'd be interesting though to see that because I would like to see because we would think like every time we see him go up against all these villains, it's like. Man, he needs some backup, bro. He needs some backup, man.
I am also expecting Miles Morales to be introduced in this.
I thought about that.
Again, Tom Holland has said that he wants to take a break.
Yeah.
We don't know how long a one. But then again, if you throw enough money at somebody, they might say, fuck that.
Oh, yeah. My father said
so that. He might want to take a break. Mm-hmm. And if he does, they're going to need somebody to be Spider-Man if Sony is still cool with the whole Spider-Man thing going on. So if that's the case,
and Tom Holland doesn't even have to die. He can just say, "I'm going off on vacation." Do like a video game.
Right.
Like, I'm going to take a little vacation for a minute. This is now your turn, Miles Morales, and then that can.
So happen. I would love to see Miles join.
Right.
And we can start doing Miles in Spider-Man movies. All right, you got the last one.
All right. According to a new study, Marvel is now more popular than DC. I feel like you should have read that one.
Yo, so here's the thing. I don't know what... I didn't look super deep into this. This was actually just a headline I read. I don't know who did the study. But it is definitely something that doesn't surprise me.
No, it really doesn't.
Especially with how successful Marvel movies have been.
And even just like from TV show and everything. Just everything the MCU has, done. Like they were like just going off top. Like they were talking about the Falcon and the Soldier. The last episode got a Rotten Tomato. I'm like, so? We still got Batman v Superman. Martha, calm it down. I'm like, yo. But, well, it shouldn't surprise nobody that Marvel was better than that. Well, not better, because like I say, everybody has
their opinions.
Their opinion, but, yeah. MCU, that's why they're trying to make everything one universe. Kevin Feige said, I want everything into one universe. Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, all of it.
Right.
So, yeah. One day DC will catch up. One day.
And that's actually it for the news. We actually don't even have a Cap, Hela, and MODOK segment. Honestly, all of it was good. The only one I was disappointed in was the Infinity Stone one. So I guess you could say all the news was good. The Infinity Stone is bad, and the ugly is going to be the review for this movie. Are you ready?
Good acting.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. This was 40 years ago. Literally.
No, it wasn't. I'm not 40, homie. And the movie came out in 88. Y'all, we're going to take a break so we can kill Ralph. I'm going to have a new co-host. No, I'm kidding.
It's like, dang, like, how do you think you're something.
It's older than you, yes.
It is older than my ass.
But not older than me. All right. So we're actually not going to go in the order of the way we have things. I am going to give you guys what I call the tail of the tape, which is a normal thing where you just kind of go through stats and things of that nature. So, tail of the tape. Movie came out in 1988. It was a made-for-TV movie to coincide with the TV series.
Right.
And we're talking about The Incredible Hulk Returns, guys. That's what we're reviewing today. This was what was drawn last week. Thanks, Ralph. It was produced by New World Television, who owned the rights to all Marvel TVs, whatever.
Yeah, because I didn't know this existed. This ended like in 1996 or 97. Yeah,
I think it was sooner than that.
Yeah, like it was defuncted or whatever. I was like, whoa, this was a thing? Okay.
The movie was 94 minutes. I've seen it 3 times. Shoot me.
Twice.
And actually, on Rotten Tomatoes, it was rated at a 50% per professional reviews and at a 41% based off of audience.
That's because Thor... Damn right. Damn.
No, hold on. This is the cast. Bill Bixby, who passed away several years ago.
1993, yeah.
Played David Banner. Lou Ferrigno, which I actually wrote as Joe Ferrigno.
Nice.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Lou Ferrigno was the Hulk. Jack Colvin as Jack McGee. Steve Levitt as Donald Blake. Eric Kramer as Thor, and this is the only time he ever played Thor.
That's some bull.
And this is the first time on TV these two have ever crossed paths.
Wow, that is actually anger. That really does anger me.
We'll get there. Yeah, don't jump ahead.
I will not. Damn.
Tim Thomerson. Mm-hmm. That's a weird name. As Jack LeBeau.
Sure.
Charles Napier as Mike Fausch. Lee Purcell as Dr. Maggie Shaw. John Gabriel as Joshua Lambert, and Jay Baker as Zachary Lambert, which is their brothers.
Right.
It was written and it's credited to have been written and directed by Nicholas Correa, but it has been said since its release, Bill Bixby was the one that actually
he did the majority of this
directed
stuff.
it.
Right, directed the majority of the Incredible Hulk, like or the whole credits are all together.
So that's kind of the tale of the tape. I didn't go through the entire cast. Obviously, there are more characters. Those are the ones that mattered.
Yeah. We didn't look
So-
for henchmen too.
Right. We're actually going to start with the story. I feel like it's where it should have been started instead of going with everything else. I'm going to give you guys the synopsis of what happened in this movie. It's going to be a quicker synopsis than what we would normally go through. It's not scene by scene. It's like every other scene by every other scene with things thrown in. It's not going to take that long, though. All right. So, it starts with David Banner.
Yep. Which that gave me every time. David Banner.
David Banner.
Right, David Banner.
Not Bruce, y'all. It's David.
That is automatically.
We'll get into that later.
David Banner. Ever seen this with the
David Banner and Maggie Shaw work at the Joshua Lambert Institute. And Banner is going by the alias of David Banya because, that's going to hide your name. Who's D. Banya?
You can tell by our expression, we're probably going to tear this thing a new one.
Banner has created something called the Gamma Transponder. But he absolutely wants no credit whatsoever for the creation because he's still trying to stay in hiding.
Right. Which that's fine.
He actually created it initially to remove the Hulk from his genes.
Right.
Which, again, he has been trying to do in the comics for fucking ever.
Right. Even
forever.
Forever. Well, I was say forever. Like, Jesus.
He stays after work one night to get in when Donald Blake sneaks in. This is going to be another problem I have, people. There's literally no security at this scientific institute. They didn't need card readers to get into doors. No nothing. Dude just walked straight into the lab.
You told me you said your father did something like that, but this is like a high maintenance, high security place, and you only had one dude just
sitting at the desk.
I'm like, what the?
Right.
Like, what happened?
So Donald Blake shows up, stops the machine. And then he goes on to explain that he found this hammer in a tomb when he was traveling in the Netherlands, I think is what they said.
He explains it to detail for Bane.
He read the...
I go into the hole.
He read the Celtic runes.
Right. He said, I can't understand this.
Managed to push this 400-pound slab of concrete off of something that he should not have even been able to budge.
Well, right, he looked like
And he finds Thor's hammer. Now, what's funny is Thor's hammer, it looks very much like its classic self in the comics.
Yeah, no, that's...
They've changed the look since then. It looks like a blacksmith's hammer.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty dope.
Now, see, that's cool. That's some cool shit.
Right. And he says he can use it to call upon Thor. Banner doesn't believe him.
Which you told me, fun fact, you told me that was in the comics. I didn't know that was in the comics. Like, you can actually, somebody can actually just call upon it. Like, saying,
right.
Like, say,
well, no, that's not how it worked.
Okay.
You misinterpreted what I said.
Okay.
So, hold on.
No, I got you.
Banner doesn't believe that he can call him in.
Right.
Or I guess you kind of were right, because you said Shazam, because it does.
Right,
so,
it's like a Shazam
so this
moment.
is where things are different. So Donald Blake, in the comics, originally could call on Thor, except he turned into Thor.
Right. Which, that's crazy. Donald Blake is a real Marvel character.
Right. I don't know when they decided to separate from all of that and go the route that they're in now.
Yeah.
But that was a thing.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like He-Man. Like, I have the power. Like, it's crazy. So I was like, well, okay. Sure.
So he calls on Thor.
Mm-hmm.
And Thor honestly just wants separated from his hold on Blake. Like, he wants to be separated. He wants to do his own thing.
Thor was, man.
But in the process, picks a fight with Banner.
Yeah.
Banner turns into the Hulk. We get one of the worst fight scenes I've ever seen in a movie.
And instead against Thor looked like he was having fun. He said, "Yeah, he called him a troll."
Yeah, he kept calling him a troll.
He said, "My mighty troll." He's like, "Yo, you should not be fighting this dude." He's
right.
like, I'm gonna fight this dude. Let's go.
So they destroy the lab.
They actually do. Worst fight scenes ever.
This fight spills outside.
Somehow.
Hulk has the most impressive thing he does in the entire movie, where he jumps off of a roof.
Barefoot.
He runs barefoot. That's also impressive.
Yeah. Can't pay me enough for that shit.
People see it. Cops get called. In the newspaper the next day, everyone's saying that it was two monsters fighting.
Two monsters. Nice.
And this is kind of where we also meet one of the minor antagonists in the series.
Yeah, the reporter.
He's the reporter.
Yeah. He's like, I got the news. I got it. And they're like, yeah.
Now, judging from what I did read up on when I did some more research after watching the movie, apparently he's actually consistent throughout the series.
I kind of figured that.
But this is the last time you ever see him. Is this movie?
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
In the movie. That's
in the movie.
Okay. So also during the next day, Banner meets up with Thor in an alley because Thor finds him, says, "Hey, my buddy's in his iron chariot.
Iron Chariot, really?
Wants me to come get you. And Banner's actually looking for clothes to wear, and he's like leaving money for people as he takes their clothes.
Right.
He meets up with Blake, or Donald Blake. They start having a ride. Blake is actually taking him back to the office, and Blake's telling him, like, I'm just going to disappear. And Banner's like, no, you're going to come help me fix the shit you helped me break.
Right. No, that's actually probably good. Like, I'm like, you're going to leave. No. You
called Thor. We destroyed some shit.
Right.
You're going to help me fix it.
Even though you kind of tested his bluff because you said you didn't think it was this. But that's besides the point. Help me.
True.
help my shit, please.
So then we see Zachary Lambert, which is the brother of Josh Lambert, who's the main guy that owns the Joshua Lambert Institute.
Right. Yep.
We see Zachary Lambert meeting up with a crime boss and making a deal to steal the gamma transponder because honestly, he just wants money.
Right.
Even though you'd think he'd have.
And they're playing some hardcore
racquetball,
right.
baby.
I'm like, damn.
Right.
He's like, you gotta be like the stronger will. I'm like, what are you, Thanos? Like, Jesus Christ, bro. It's just racquetball. Like this don't even play like that. Damn. He's like, let's go. Bow. Like, whoa.
Blake and Banner repair the lab, or work on repairing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Banner tells Blake to ask Thor what he wants to do, because Blake's confused because he doesn't know what to do with Thor. And he's like, well, ask Thor. What does the Thor want?
That's kind of, some of this stuff is kind of obvious. Like,
Thor doesn't want to be with Blake.
Right, Thor doesn't want to.
He mentioned that, by the way.
Twice. Actually, a couple times. No, not even twice.
While he was pushing you.
Right. He's like, damn, I don't want to be inside that hammer. You definitely don't want to be inside the hammer.
So Blake and Banner, Blake goes to Banner's apartment.
Right.
Reporter almost runs directly into D-Banya.
Right. It was like quick. He like, backpedal, moonwalk. Like, you don't see me.
Right. And then it goes back to the apartment.
Right.
Where Thor and Don are talking. Donald Blake.
Right.
Thor and Blake are talking. And Thor's like,
I don't want to.
Right now,
he want to drink.
He's like, we could talk later, but right now, I want women, I want beer, and I want food.
And he's like, no, because really, Donald Blake was such a dick.
Not really.
I get it. I get where he's coming from, but it's like, dude, like, if you've been trapped like anywhere in a manifestation, just 1,000 years later, like in a box or something, just like, I want to do other shit. Like, I'm trapped like in a Pokeball right now.
Door's a genie in a bottle, baby.
Right, he's a genie.
Nah. So
he got to twinkle his nose and shit too.
Blake ends up taking him to a biker bar. He's like, I can get you all three.
Yeah. And this scene.
Now, here's my problem with this scene before we go into it.
I got you.
I expected so much more.
Yo,
so much more. You're taking Thor into a biker bar. Biker bars are notorious for having bar fights.
Right. And especially in the 80s.
Almost nothing happens here. Thor goes in, he dances.
Well, first of all, before he walks in, he looks at the girl, and then I thought there was going to be a fight right there. I swear I thought there was going to be a fight.
And the biker just nods at him and walks in.
I'm like, what the? No! He looked at your girl. He wanted to put the Mjolnir in. He wanted to put the Mjolnir in there, bro.
Right. He's trying to give him some Mew Mew.
He's like, it's some Yum Yum sauce. What type of scene was
I don't even remember where I was in the fucking thing. All right.
We went to the bar and...
So...
like...
Hold on. I'm a little... There we go. Okay. So... Thor ends up making friends with almost everyone in the bar.
Yeah, he hits like one dude.
Because he's downing beers, and everyone's impressed with how quick he's just downing beers.
Which they do get that right, because,
that's something Thor does.
Yeah, something Thor does. Because he was down coffee in the MCU. He's like, what is this? I want to know. They're like, bro, you didn't have like 20 of them bad boys.
Right.
So, yeah, he was down like it was nothing.
He fights one guy. That literally takes 3 seconds. He like karate chops him in the chest.
He did an Austin Powers.
The dude spins, flips over a table into a group of people.
Well, because he was talking. Well, I guess like, okay, here's the thing. Like, Don was having, I guess, was sitting by himself. The girl came over, and then these goons come out of nowhere. So he knocks out all 3 goons by just knocking one dude. Like, it was like a domino thing. But all I think I missed was the
Yeah, the bad.
That would have been perfect. I would have given it almost a 9.
No, you wouldn't have.
No, I would have gave it a 9 if he had did the he's taking a slow ass time, literally falling to the ground.
So then, Blake and Thor leave.
Yeah.
Have a little bromance there for a moment where Blake's all like, "You're gonna rain fire in Brownstone," or he says something like he fucks up things because he's drunk.
Yeah, he's drunk as hell.
He had like half a beer. He's wasted.
It wasn't even like a wait. It was in full beer. Then he called a taxi. He's like, "Taxi! Whoa!"
Yeah,
I got you.
Thor called a taxi. And
right, because little whiny pants right here was like, "Yo, taxi." He's like, "Nah."
Right. He's like, "No, that's not how you do it, man."
No. You gotta yell it.
So then all of a sudden we transitioned back to the JL.
Yeah, come right on back.
The John Lambert Institute to JLI.
Right.
And crooks come in to steal the transponder.
First of all,
they take out the security guards, which you don't even see them take out the security guards. It just happens.
I was like, dude, why are you here, bro? Who paid you for this job?
Banner notices and goes to the lobby to confront them. Him and the one security guard that's actually there do end up confronting them.
They're like, "Hey, who are you guys?"
They start a little fight, and they're actually fighting as regular people.
Yeah, this was nice. This is some irrelevant shit. They're
right.
fighting.
It's going back and forth.
Right.
Banner gets thrown over.
And then you see his eyes. That eyes shit. And
Banner
he
transforms.
The whole movie, like the eyes again.
Banner,
he like was taking a shit.
Right. Banner transforms and decides. Well, it starts fighting as the Hulk with the guys, which again is somewhat fine. Now,
oh dear, here we go.
This is one of the cheesiest moments of this entire episode, and understand this, we're going to talk a lot about cheesy moments here in a little bit.
And to be fair, it is made for TV, but damn.
There's a part where a guy is running away out of the building. He doesn't, first off, he doesn't trip on anything.
Nope.
Not one thing. Nothing. But when he trips, he doesn't even just like trip over his own foot and fall forward.
No, he does a Power Ranger move.
He does a full front Power Ranger flip.
And then somehow still get caught.
Lands on his ass, Hulk grabs him and then throws him like
help you get into the car.
40 feet into a truck.
Right, and how you still...
And the throw looks good.
It looks good, but it was just unnecessary shit, dude.
It was so bad.
I was like, oh, Hulk just wanted to get in this car. That's how I throw people out. Like, I do like Jazzy Jazz from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Right. So they take them out. They all leave.
Right. Barely convinced.
As Hulk, he goes back to Maggie's house.
Oh, fuck.
Which, by the way, I didn't say this in the beginning. He's actually been staying at Maggie's house. He has his own apartment, but he's been staying at Maggie's. She's convincing him to move there. He's like, look, I got some shit I got to take care of.
Do you know who I am?
She doesn't.
No. She
has no clue. Right. But as Hulk, he goes to Maggie's. The dog comes out and sees him as Hulk, but realizes who it is.
Right. Well, yeah, pets always know who.
But before Maggie can get outside to see what he's looking at, he transforms back into Banner. Banya.
But here's the retarded thing. This man was trying to hide, and I'm like, that's not a good hiding spot, my guy. You literally...
He wasn't trying to hide.
Oh, I thought he was trying to hide.
No, he collapsed because he was getting ready to transform.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was like trying to hide. I thought I saw him like duck his head down. Okay.
So yeah, he transforms back into Banner. She takes him inside.
Mm-hmm.
So then all of a sudden, the next morning, reporters show up. Well, no, wait, that's not where we're at. It's a little higher. So next day, bad guys show up at Banner's house. Well, at Maggie's house.
Right.
To kidnap, dressed as cops, mind you.
Right. How do you get that? Okay.
To kidnap Maggie because they know that Banner and Maggie have something going on.
And I thought they killed her, but they just shot a dart. Yo, I thought they killed that bitch. I said, did she die?
No, they shot her with a tranquilizer dart. And then this is something else that baffles me, and only because I'm so used to where Hulk is now.
Right.
Banner transforms into Hulk. Maggie does not see this. She's passed out. She's been tranquilized.
Right.
Tranquilized.
Calm.
He turns into Hulk.
Yeah, he gets hit through a window, then he just turns right into
and then he gets shot with a tranquilizer.
It was like, what, 3 or 4 shots?
Now, just one.
Okay.
It doesn't knock him out, but he's visibly bleeding. I have never in my life even seen bullets penetrate the Hulk, let alone tranquilizer darts.
He's like I said, like a failed attempt of a super soldier, so really he should be... But I mean, I guess different times, I get it, but,
Right.
But his skin, in the comics, I thought was like, he should be able to just walk past anything.
In this process, Blake shows up, calls on Thor, because he sees some shit's going down. Thor comes in with the
runs in that water.
Worst running on water scene ever.
He does a Valhalla. Did he say Valhalla, bro? No.
It was bad.
He looked like someone at a college party. Toga, I got the beer, bitch.
So they try to fight him off. There's this scene where they both run up and grab onto the bottom of the helicopter.
And the plane wasn't even taken off yet. That's the thing.
Right. No, it was taken off. It was in the air.
Oh, it was in the air?
They didn't run up and reach down.
Oh, I thought they were okay.
No. They ran up and grabbed on. It was in the process of taking off. It lifted them up. And so this is the thing. Hulk was definitely portrayed differently back in the 80s, so I get that.
He used to be like 1,000 pounds.
I get that. I don't get Thor being a god of thunder and not being able to use lightning to stop things
or
from happening.
Or the
hammer. No, even the hammer I get, because I don't think he always had the power to drag the hammer wherever he wanted it.
Yeah, because we all thought that, well, we saw it, well, yeah, okay. But that plane should not have been took off like that, man.
Not that easily.
Not that easily. Barely getting convenience. Wow, 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 wow. It took off like, we're leaving by, like, what?
They end up letting go, they fall to the ground.
Right, they just like... They didn't even try to like yeah, you got it. And they're up yelling. Ah!
And then later on, reporters show up.
Of course.
Or no, reporter shows up with info.
Right.
The guy that's kind of been trying to figure out who he is.
And he's just like lays it all.
Saying he has all this information on D. Banyan, and this leads to the reporter going to Banyan's apartment.
Right.
And when they get to the apartment,
yeah, he sees
is my favorite moment of this entire movie.
It.
Like, if this whole movie was just this one 5-minute segment, it would be a 10 out of 10 for me.
Right, because first of all, Thor came out like, he came out like that.
So right before the reporter shows up, they're all in the apartment. Thor comes out of the shower and he's even like, it has hot and cold water.
Right, hot and cold water.
This is like, fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. I got like the hair and shit going on. Like, okay, okay, Thor.
So then he goes into, or the knock at the door is the reporter, and they see the reporter get out of the car.
And Bixby's like, he don't know what they both didn't know what to do, and they's like,
Banner's like, I don't know what to do, and Thor's like, I'll take care of it. So they go hide.
And then he first of all, he pour all that beer. He poured 6 cans of beer in one pint.
So Thor in a towel answers the door.
That's some Thor shit.
And the guy answers, and he's like, yeah, hello, and he's like. And Thor's like, hello, and he drinks it. He's drinking some beer.
Right.
And the guy's like, I'm looking for David Banyan. And he's like, I'm David Banyan. And he takes another sip.
Mind you, this is a pint, like a pint. Like
and he's a huge dude. And he's like, no, I'm looking for a particular man. And he's like, I'm a particular man. And he takes another sip of beer.
He's like, I am a particular man. Like, what?
And then the guy's like, no. He's like, you know what? You remind me of
and he's backing up. He's walking toward him.
He's starting to walk him out.
I thought he was gonna beat the shit out of him. Like, oh my god.
He's like, you remind me of a something rat. He says, I don't like your face.
Oh no! I see he's about to beat the shit out of this reporter.
And the reporter's like, I'm sorry, I'll leave.
Leave. Like, yo.
And he bounces. And this is how Thor's supposed to be, guys.
Yeah, Thor's supposed to be.
I know a lot of you guys like what Chris Hemsworth has turned into character-wise. But this is Thor. He's serious, but what he says is so outrageous is what's funny. It's dry humor, and I get people didn't like that. But, like, that is Thor.
Yeah, that's funny. Because, like we go to Infinity
Thor is not, this is my coworker.
Right.
We're friends from work.
Like, when Star-Lord was saying, are you mocking me? He's mocking. Like, that Thor would have beat the shit out of Star-Lord. Because I'm like, don't mock me. Like, I'm dead ass serious.
Right.
Like, with a straight face. Like, don't mock me.
And don't get me wrong, it's funny. I like what Chris Hemsworth does now is funny. I laugh, but that's just not Thor to me.
Right, no. Because now that I've seen this Thor, I was like, yeah, that Thor is completely different from this Thor. Is like, I don't like your face, you look like a blah, blah, blah. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Leave. Bye. As I'm drinking a pint of beer.
So then they transfer, or no, the bad guys call Banner's apartment phone and basically offer to trade the transponder to him for Maggie. Right. Or trade the transponder to them for Maggie.
Right.
He says, all right, I'll see you guys later. And, of course, everyone's like, you're not going to do that, are you? And he's like, no. He's like, we're going to go to the thing. We're going to take it apart, destroy it, and then we're going to go save her. We'll get to that.
Yeah, no.
You keep trying to rush ahead.
No, I'm not. I just think it.
All right, so then we go back to the bad guys.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the bad guys, yeah.
Zachary comes in, and he wants out. Because he didn't think kidnapping Maggie was going to be a part of it.
I said, bro, you're about to die, bro. You want out.
He's friends with her. And they're like, no, we're going to finish this, whether you like it or not, and you're going to be cool with it. And the guy was like, all right, whatever.
Right.
When he leaves, the bad guy sends the other bad guy after him. Yeah. He's like, go get him. Dude's carrying an assault.
And I didn't notice that until I watched it. I said, yeah, they went after him because I was like, you know you about to die. Anybody that says they want out, especially you're in bed with the bad guys now. You're in it for the long haul. You go, no, what?
Right. So he leaves. They follow. They end up shooting him.
Yeah.
Then it goes back to Banner taking the transistor apart, which is another bad moment. This dude puts pieces of machinery in a microwave to melt it. No, that motherfucker would blow up. People.
It melted like candy. It just melted.
It just melted.
It just melted. And I can just picture
like
Nick's face when he went like.
I face palmed.
Oh,
I put my head down.
He face palmed himself. I looked at it. I said, "This is the funniest shit ever." Because it went like water, like dissolving water or something. Like, what the fuck was that? Hell no. I'm gonna destroy it. I'm gonna put my keys in the microwave.
he then gets a call from Zach, or from the hospital, saying Zach wants to talk to him.
Right.
So he goes to the hospital. He tells Banner about where Maggie's being held.
Right.
Banner leaves. Zach dies. They don't tell you Zach dies here, but you find out here in a little bit when they say something like dies, like, oh, they killed Zach, and we'll get there.
Right.
But Zach does die.
Right, unfortunately. But that's what happens when you get in bed with villains.
And then Banner and Blake go together to this like auto parts garage hideout that the bad guys are in.
Some Home Depot shit.
They decide that they're going to confront them. Blake calls on Thor. Thor comes up with this like thing where he's like, I'm going to take him from the back. Banner can run in from the front. And Banner's like, what am I going to do?
Right.
Because he doesn't want to turn into Hulk. You guys got to remember.
And it was so crazy though when he called upon them. You said they look. I didn't think they looked. I swear I didn't think they looked when he yelled that name. When he yelled it, and it was like, oh, like he had to yell that name loud. I don't think they look. I think they literally clearly did not know what was going on. If they did it by like 3 seconds and they went back to their normal position, I'm like, that's one of my grabs. I'm like, so y'all ain't gonna see that lightning? That just,
right.
That just happened like out of nowhere. Like, wow, okay, you know what? Hey, I'm on lunch break.
Right. So they call Thor, and Banner sees a car pulling up. He realizes it's Josh Lambert. He runs up to Josh, and he's like, dude, stop what you're doing.
Right.
He's like, give me the gun because you're going to get yourself killed. And he's like, no, he killed my brother. He killed Zach.
He was ready to go.
I'm going to take him out. He's like, you want the gun? Here, take it. And he fucking gun butts him with the handle.
And he just go, and you see his eyes.
And you see Banner, he kind of throws Banner off to the side. Banner lands on some trash. He ends up turning into the Hulk, picking the back of the car up. So, dude couldn't drive, and then he just lets it go. It speeds off and runs into a shelf that knocks everything over.
And that's when the henchmen decided to
and
do
now
some
the
shit.
bad guys know they're there.
I told you, like, when I first looked at it, I was like, I don't think they knew they were there, even though they looked like they were in plain sight. Like, you could actually see their faces. I don't think they knew, man.
We kind of get into this little thing that I like to call the worst ending fight scene ever.
First of all, we had the worst fight scene. Now we got the worst ending fight scene.
Okay, so it's not all terrible, just 90% terrible.
The other 10% was like, what the? At least the 10% was good. But
so first off, again, we know Hulk as somebody that doesn't get hurt by bullets.
Yeah, that was...
But he is steady hiding from gunfire in this. Yeah, so obviously this version of Hulk can be hurt.
Yeah, that's crazy. Huh. Yeah, he should have been the first one just taking bullets left and right.
Right.
He could take a whole grenade if he wanted to.
Right. So we eventually see them kind of divide and conquer the guys. Now it's like this worst fight scene I've ever seen, like moment where Hulk has what you could definitely tell is a fake building beam.
Yeah,
Again, their general effects weren't very good back then.
Right. Yeah.
And he turns it sideways,
and the guy just lets it
and winds back, and you see both the dudes square up, ready to take it in the chest.
Right, he literally like just
they're not trying to stop him.
Right,
and I get
no, like he's just he stop talking, like waste his lines there. Like you're not gonna
they square up, they take the beam, they fly back, which you could definitely see that they jumped. It wasn't just it was bad timing.
You could tell that the beam was a little foamy too. Like, oh shit. And then you see the freaking at the camera, and then just leave. Like, oh.
Right, so they do that, and then we finally see Thor throw his hammer as a weapon.
I was like, motherfucker, like that.
And it's because the main bad guy goes to try and run him over. So he launches the hammer, it hits the grill, stops the car.
And that's what irritated me. I'm like, you could throw that bitch this whole time?
Crime Boss tries to leave with Maggie.
Yep.
Hulk breaks through a wall that you could definitely tell should have been broken through.
Right, it's got the seams and everything. Yeah.
In order to stop him, and he ties him up with this metal crowbar, hangs him on something.
That was foamy too.
Which was funny. It was a funny.
He was ready to take it. He was ready to take it. You see, he stopped talking. He was like, just okay.
Right.
What else to do? You just sit there and let him do his thing.
Maggie confronts Hulk. I think she knew.
Right. She
never admits it for the rest of the movie, but I think she knows.
Right. Like Aunt Mary and Peter Parker.
Right.
Yeah.
Jack McGee ends up getting fired as...
Yeah, because he didn't have no proof.
Yeah, he had no proof.
That's what they were waiting for. Like, oh, you got proof, a picture, or something?
And then we see Banner and Maggie have honestly a good night alone by the fire. They sitting there, they're talking.
Some good
parts. They tell each other that they love each other. It's extremely cheesy, yes. Yeah. But, it makes sense.
The power of Christ, love, and all that crap.
And this is after Thor and Blake left, by the way.
Right.
Because they bounce.
Yeah, they said really.
And then they also showed that Banner no longer lives in that apartment. Like, they made it seem like he moved in with Maggie.
Right.
And then the next morning, early in the morning, Banner's leaving.
This is what we call the cheesiest ending.
He has this backpack on.
Lord.
He is leaving. Dog is barking at him. Maggie comes out. And she's like, it's no use. He's gone.
He's gone. And then you hear this. At first, I didn't hear it at first.
And then you hear the Lonely Guy song, which is apparently the theme song of Hulk.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And
I said, wow.
Do-do-do.
Because first it started out somber. I said, is that the Family Guy theme song? From Stewie Griffin.
When Stevie Griffin.
He did that little clip. He said, I'm just going to do this and put my thumb out. Like, oh my God. That's why I started laughing. I said, no way. Why did I pick this movie?
And honestly, I was thinking this movie was a solid 6 to 6.5. This ending hit, and I was like 5.
It's so hard, like right after.
It's done. Now, here's the thing. That's pretty much the general synopsis of the movie. There are other things that happen that just aren't really important. And I know that kind of took up a little more time than what probably people were expecting. But, so, over and above all, as far as the story goes,
yeah,
I think the story as a whole is pretty solid.
Okay.
As a whole. The ending, though, is so fucking terrible.
I would have gave it a 4 until that ending dropped out. Because really, Thor was the only thing that was great. Like, I'm sorry, he was...
We'll get there in a minute. We're just talking about the story as a whole, Ralph. That's a part of the characters. Dear God.
You guys are awesome, by the way.
Just as far as the story, like, Thor trying to break away.
Yeah. Okay.
But also, like... And they do that whole cliche thing. They fight each other. And then they team up the rest of the movie.
Right, he kept calling him Troll. I like that.
And it has some cheese. Guys, it was an 80s movie.
Almost a 90s movie, actually. It was close.
But it just, story-wise, it's a one and done. You watch it. I would advise, if you love the Hulk as a character, watch it, especially for the history of it.
And then, like I said, if you're a Thor character, too, watch it. If you want to see them collide, I mean, that's a...
But, yeah, over and above all, I gave it an 8. Not 8. I gave it a 5. I gave the story a 5. Okay, so also what we're doing is we're ranking the things based on story, the acting, the special effects, and the fighting. Those are our 4 categories that we're ranking these on. And after doing the synopsis, we're talking story. So again, I give the story a 5 out of 10. You give it a
3 out of 10.
A 3 out of 10.
The story was... It was... Man. The story was... Man.
Right.
I mean, it definitely got its Rotten Tomatoes, which I did not know it had a Rotten Tomato score. Good look out. I did not know that. Mm-hmm. Wow. Holy shit. I didn't know it had a Rotten Tomato score. That's what I was like, it did? Wow. Yeah, that's about right. For 41%. As I said, really, they think the same thing. Like, the story was, man, I mean, yeah, so.
Right. So then we go into casting. This is where, now he has a completely different score here than I do. I feel like the casting was on point.
Okay.
I feel like everyone they had to play the roles did really fucking well.
Okay.
Especially Thor.
Yeah, he was the only one that...
Lou Ferrigno is a fantastic Hulk.
Well, yeah.
Especially for the 80s. Bill Bixby was a fantastic and believable Bruce Banner. The guy they got to play opposite of Thor, to play Donald...
Yeah.
I felt like he did really well in his role. I felt everyone was pretty solid in their roles. I think the casting was fine. It's what they did with the casting later that was not. But Thor, as you said, Thor carried this movie.
It should have been called The Incredible Thor Return. No, it's not.
The Mighty Thor.
The Mighty Thor. And then when you tell me he's the... oh, God. Like, that's the only time you're going to see him. Like,
so,
what?
Here's the thing. The guy they got to play as Thor, a lot of you guys may have seen other places. His name is Eric Kramer. We mentioned that at the beginning. This is the only time he ever played Thor. And this was actually a backdoor pilot to see if people were going to be interested enough in Thor to make a Thor TV show.
I guess they weren't.
And I am bummed they never went that route because he did such a fantastic job.
He actually ran with it. I'm a particular man. I don't like your face.
And another role you guys might have seen Thor play, and the guy that played Thor, Eric Kramer, he actually played Little John on Robin Hood Men in Tights. He was the big guy that was... that ended up getting into the Bo-Staff fight with Robin Hood.
Which I still have to see that movie, guys.
He's never seen it.
I
almost disowned him.
He's like, you're done. We're canceling everything.
But this was a somewhat younger version of this guy.
Yeah.
And he was fit, muscular. Yeah, he fit the Thor mold.
Right.
He had the long blonde hair.
Either, but I'm like, because to have Thor, you got to have somebody like a muscular, fit person playing that character. Because that's
right.
what he is. A muscular, fit
but
person.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He carried this movie. His humor, the dry humor, fit well.
He went for Thor. Oh, my God.
So over and above all, I give the acting an 8.
Yeah.
I think acting-wise, they did fine. Ralph shit on it.
Yeah, I did shit on it because it just wasn't.
Ralph is not meant for 80s movies, y'all.
I do like Back to the Future. Like, he gonna say Ralph was not meant for. He gonna say it again. Ralph was not.
Ralph is not meant for the 80s.
Like, I like Back to the Future and the Goonies. That doesn't help your case, bro.
No. Ralph gave it a 4. Poor casting. He thought all of you guys should be replaced.
Except for Thor.
Except for Thor.
Everybody else get replaced.
All right, next up is special effects. Me and him both agreed. Yeah. Given its time, I still give it a 5.
I give it a 5 Thunderbolt thing, that was cool. And
I'm not expecting. Obviously, they weren't gonna have any computer graphics or anything like that. We get that.
Like him running barefoot. That's all him. That was all Lou Ferrigno doing.
The special effects, again. The beam, they could have found something that was a little more stable. Like, when he hit those dudes with that beam, it bent. And not in a believable metal way.
Right, or when he put the henchman, or the last boss dude up, and he's just like, okay, that's another foamy, bendy thing. Like, what?
Right. Everything just looked really bad.
The microwave.
Graphically.
That microwave.
The microwave thing. It's definitely, I mean, it's a product of its time.
Right.
But it doesn't really hold up well either.
Right, like, that's sad. Even if it's time, like, it still didn't really hold up well. That's bad.
We both gave it a 5.
Yeah.
The special effects were a 5.
Yeah, shoot, man.
Also, I meant... we did talk about that. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of the production quality was just bad. Now, I will give them 100% props. I think the filming was done very well.
Yeah, for what
it looks very crisp and clean for the 80s.
Yeah.
Which honestly might have hurt it a little bit. Because if it would have been a little more grainy and a little more worn down looking, it might have masked a lot of the flaws in the special effects and things like that.
Yeah.
And the rooftop jump was actually not bad.
He didn't do a superhero landing, but yeah, it was not
Hulk
bad.
has never done a superhero landing. Ever. I don't even know why you even thought of a superhero landing from Hulk.
So you can imagine Hulk jumping and doing a fight.
He's never landed fist down, knee bent.
Fist down, knee bent.
He's always landed like this.
Sprung into action.
That's right. That's Hulk.
That is Hulk there, but he said, "What the hell, Ralph? What?"
And the last thing, the fighting. This was the thing I shit on. I believe this was the thing I shit on the most.
And see, I gave it a 5 because the only reason I would have gave it a 6 or a 7 because he threw the hammer one time, and I'm like, so that was just something he can randomly do, like what, shield, willpower, friendship, or something. Like you could have threw the hammer at any time, but he just threw it like that one time. That's something that got me for it though. And
for me, the fighting gets shit on. It gets a 4. Reason being,
the bar scene. That's one.
First off, and this also kind of goes hand in hand with the special effects. They used way too many slow motion effects.
Yeah.
To try and build tension when there wasn't tension.
Right. Yeah, like when he was trying to do like the countdown, they were like making it very so intense.
They were doing this countdown for him to get into the machine.
Right. It was just like,
and it's like even slowing down time. You see the time ticking down slowly, and you watch.
Went back to him. Went back to that. Went back to him.
It was so bad.
And then with the commercial break, came back to that bitch. I said, "Wow,
we still going." And then, like there was this like. Literally, the entire fight between Hulk and Thor was pretty much done in slow motion.
Yeah, like
and
he threw him in that.
Made it look so bad.
Yeah, they should just gonna let him just fight, man.
And then, like, you have the guys running out of the building, and the guy trips and flips. He doesn't just stumble; he flips completely in slow motion.
He's like, ah! And then somehow Hulk manages to still catch up to his ass.
And then Hulk catches up to him, and then again, the 2 times Hulk threw people, it looked good.
Yeah, it looked good.
They did well.
Just,
but he barely really fought.
Yeah, Thor did most of the fighting. Ain't that a bitch? And
I would expect that out of a half-an-hour TV show.
Yeah, not for
But for a movie?
For a movie, that's a movie. God damn. Yeah. As I said, like, even for its time, it still didn't hold up even for its own time. It's like, even there were some cheesy TV shows in the 80s, like, I mean, I don't know, they actually literally got the fight scenes down point. I'm like, this is like slow-mo shit.
And then you get unbelievable moments where, again, in slow motion, Hulk goes to hit somebody, you know, two people with a beam at the same time, and they're holding their guns, and as soon as he goes to hit him with the beam, they drop their arms.
You actually see when they drop
and you see them stick their chest out.
Yeah, they're like, okay, brace for impact, guy, we're going to get hit.
And as they're getting ready to get hit, they bend down, you see them jump.
Yep.
To make it look like, man.
And then they got me like, like a noise, like, so to make you think like they got swatted. God damn, that.
Like it was just done. Like the fighting was so bad. I gave it a 4. He gave it a 5.
I mean, like I said, only thing I say, like I said, Thor, even though he had some little slow or little bad moments there, but overall he was okay. But Hulk, I didn't see him do Hulk shit. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy, bro. We didn't do the Hulk shit.
So that brings us to what is now going to be the next section. This is that was our overall counting. This next section is actually going to be us placing it on a tier list, which he can't see it because it's over here.
Yeah, I got it.
But I have a tier list up on the screen. As you can see, there are so many movies from so many different eras, even ones that aren't even out yet that we know are coming.
Right.
I like doing tier lists. We're doing this with a TV show too. We have already placed Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I averaged out our scores. Yep. It came up to an A.
Yep.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier is an A for us.
Yep, solid.
And so here's how we have the tier list set up. Okay, S is perfect. It's a 10 and up. If averaged out together, technically it'd be like a 9.5 and up because we average up or down depending on what the point is.
Right.
S is perfect. A is anything that's an 8 or a 9. Average. Mm-hmm. B is 7 and 6. C is 5. D is 4 and 3. F is 2 and 1. And what this does is, as you guys can see on the screen right now, we do have the Return of the Hulk in F. That is not where it's going to stay. That's just because it was so far down on this list. If I scroll here, you guys will see this. And those of you actually listening to the podcast, you won't see this. But the list goes down pretty far. So I just had to put it up there so I could at least see it.
When he showed me the trailer, I said, "Dang, you took some time on this bad boy."
Yeah, I probably took close to about 10 hours creating both of them, total.
Jesus Christ! But you have everything though. But yeah.
So here's how this is gonna go. Mm. I took all of our individual scores for the 4 categories. Mm. I added them up individually, averaged them out individually. So average, mine came out overall to a 5 out of 10. Your average overall came to a 4 out of 10. Then I took those two, added them together, divided by 2 to get the average as an overall score.
Right.
Overall combined with an average, it gets a 4 out of 10 for us. And where that places the return or the Incredible Hulk Returns is actually in the D category.
Rightfully.
Which it honestly feels about that's where it should be.
It's like, yeah, that's where it should be, unfortunately.
Now, unfortunately for the TV shows, I think there are a couple of like individual movie-esque things that ended up in TV shows, which is fine. We'll still keep them there. I don't care that much.
Right.
To go back and change and fix everything.
Right.
But yeah, so over and above all, we ended up giving it a 4 out of 10. I feel like it earned its D rating. There are going to be some people that are like, it's so old school, though, and it has a special place, and that's fine.
They're going to think, like, yo, yeah, it's so old school.
It is okay to like something that is bad.
Right. I like Fantastic
He likes Fan Four Stick. It's a bad movie. He likes it. It's okay.
Hour 22 minutes.
We only give him shit for it.
He gives me that Winter Soldier look like, but why?
Right. I feel like they could have done better.
Yeah.
Acting and special effects, I think, are what not acting. For you, it was acting.
Yeah, for me.
For me, what really dragged it down again was the special effects and fight scenes.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I felt the overall story was fine. Yeah. I thought the acting itself was fine. It's just the fighting and
it had a funny moment. But the
Thor.
only funny moment was like,
Thor is the best thing about this movie. I'm not even gonna lie.
They ain't gonna even use him no more. Ain't that a bitch? So that's what I don't like. That's a ruin.
Guys, there you have it. The Incredible Hulk returns. As we review movies or shows, when we get to the end of them, you will see us tier them, and you can see how we think they rank amongst everything else. So,
Oh, yeah, we're going to do even shows that have not been out yet. We got it all out there.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to what are we going to watch next week? Reminder, in mid-May, MODOK comes out.
Yep.
So that's coming up. But we grabbed, this is my turn to pick something because you fucked this up for us last time.
If you fuck this up, bro, please pick something good for
I
this.
am mixing it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God, he's going to pick something so stupid. We're gonna,
again, it's just a bunch of pieces of papers that are folded. So I'm not looking for anything specific here.
I want to see it this time when you pull it. Like, I want to see it.
Oh, you will as soon as I open it up.
Oh God!
All right, give me one of those pieces of paper. Okay, whatever this one is what we're gonna do. I have in my hand a folded up piece of paper. Ladies and gentlemen that are on YouTube can see it. It is folded. This is going to be my pick for next week. What we're going to watch next.
Ghost Rider.
What we're going to watch next. Are you ready?
No.
Are you guys at home ready? We do this, by the way. Whatever it is, I could tell it's definitely on Hulu. So I have no clue what it's going to be. So, last week, jokingly, I pulled Spider-Man. I was like, say we could be watching Spider-Man, Ralph. But no, we're watching The Incredible Hulk Returns, or The Return of the Incredible Hulk. Next week, we do this so you guys can watch it. Get your opinions on it as well. We're just all about bad movies here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no! What is it, bro? What is you? Oh, my God.
Next week,
oh, no.
we are covering Punisher Warzone.
Fuck! Oh, my God! No, fuck! Hold on. No, what I would have grabbed? Fuck, we would have covered the first season of Black Panther.
The animated show.
The animated show. But that still would have been...
It would have been cool.
Better than the Punisher.
That's not what was pulled, though, Ralph.
And we talked about this, too. We talked about this because Justice said he said he liked the Punisher. This is the Punisher, yeah.
No, this is the Punisher she likes.
Oh, it's what she likes? Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, yes. Punisher Warzone, as of when I put this in the box, it was currently on Hulu. Which means I gotta buy this movie. Of all the movies, I'll buy it later. I'm not gonna install up the recording anymore. So yeah, Punisher Warzone. That's next week's podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be fun.
We are just all bad movies. We're never gonna pick nothing good. It's gonna be like 10 episodes in this shit, bro, before we finally get a good movie.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
All right, so we're gonna end this here, guys. Again, thanks to everybody that swings by and watches. You guys mean a lot to us. Be sure to share it. Let people know we're out here. We're on everything. Yeah. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple. We're on things I've never even heard of before. Right. We're on Anchor, which is where we upload through. They distribute it everywhere else for us. We're everywhere, guys. Come hang out with us. Come talk Marvel with us. We're covering old stuff, bad stuff.
Shitty stuff.
We'll eventually get to good stuff.
I hope we do, man, because this is going to be crazy. Like, I've never seen The Punisher.
You've never seen Punisher Warzone?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Swear to God, like this is up there, man.
It was a sequel. If I remember correctly, it's a direct sequel to to the Punisher before it.
And what year did it come out in?
2008. Yeah, it was made by.
Oh, that's before the MCU took off.
It was made by 20th Century Fox.
Oh no.
In 2008.
And Fox has okay. So we already know what movie we're gonna get into today.
Yeah,
but it might be good though, because that's some action. So
it'll be more up to date. Yeah, that's the thing. All right. So with that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. And we will see you all next week.
See you later.
Excelsior!
Excelsior, yay, Punisher.